Hi, I'm Dave West, and I'm here with a very old friend of mine. This is Andrew Ridgeley, and we're here to talk about this bass, which I used with Andrew and with George on the original demos for Careless Whisper and Wham Rap, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes, it was Wham Rap.
and possibly Club Tropicana.
I remember rehearsing Club Tropicana with you, but I don't. Well, if we did it that day, I don't.
Yeah,
know
I
that.
think we did because it
Oh,
was
right.
it was the same. It was the same
session.
same tape. So I think it would almost certainly have been Club Trop. I wonder if Paul Mex,
Yeah.
he recorded it on his Porter Studio, 4-track Porter Studio, back in 1981, and he may well have that as well.
He may do.
Yeah.
I'll ask him.
He did,
I'll
yeah.
ask him. If he has, I'll send it to you. But,
Yeah.
So, yeah, cool. How much do you remember of that day?
Obviously
It's
it's
a long time
hazy.
ago,
Yeah, it's hazy, but I do recall it was done in Mum and Dad's front room, and it was all very Heath Robinson, and I'm not even sure we would have had some sort of drum machine.
Yeah, there was.
I would have
Was it
thought.
a Dramatics or something like that? It was an early Biff Baff job.
Yeah. It would have been a snare, a hi hat, and a kick.
A very,
Max,
very loose
I would
screw.
have thought. Yeah, Max, and then you were the only bass player we knew, apart from.
That hurt a little.
Well, actually,
George was a bass player, wasn't he? I mean, he borrowed this bass at one point.
He could, I think, may well have used that for our gig at Casio. So,
correct, yeah.
I mean, but the point I was trying to make there was the fact that when we formed, the executive, my brother was a drummer because he was the only drummer we knew, and then we didn't have a bass player. We never had a bass player.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
Oh, right.
No, the executive never had a bass player, and then of course, Yog and I were just a songwriting partnership, really. And so when it came to record the demos, the best and only bass player that we knew was the one playing with my brother's band, or rather your band with Mark Pearson and my brother, Souls Valiant. So you were the prime candidate.
I can't believe that's the name. I've been trying to think of the name of that band for a long time.
Oh,
Souls
really?
Valiant.
Yeah, Souls
You
Valiant,
remember it better than I do then.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember it being 3 or 4 of us at the beginning, and then we had a bunch of your friends came in and. To do
what
for
the rehearsal?
For the backing vocals in the afternoon, I think.
There would have been a bit of a mob for backing vocals.
And with the mic on the
broom.
Yeah,
almost certainly.
Yeah, but it was good fun. It was good fun.
Well, it was. We did what we all had to back then, didn't we? I mean, what with that which we had, and it wasn't a great deal in our case. It was fortunate we had at least one competent musician playing the bass.
Thank you, I appreciate that. But I remember when you first played the line on Careless Whisper, and just being mesmerised by the line. I just thought it was phenomenal. So did you write that, or was that between you and George?
I think I wrote that.
Yeah.
Genius. What, the guitar line or
the main hook?
The main hook.
Yeah.
George wrote that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
What became the sax hook.
Yes, okay, because that's a stunning line.
He wrote that. I mean that's a classic melody. It's it's a very simple structure, but
what a song.
Some of the best ones are. But that he wrote that melody. And what was coincidental, what was quite extraordinary about the writing of Careless really was, he came round one evening. He came round to the house, and I just. I'd conceived a chord pattern, and I played it to him, and in the tempo, and it just happened to be the right chord pattern to fit the melody, the sax melody. They just happened to go, whatever key it was, I can't remember, but they happened to fit exactly, and it was pure coincidence.
It's brilliant.
Pure coincidence that.
So tell me, at that period, were you a Nile Rodgers fan as well?
Yeah.
Because even when I listen to that demo now, it's just those lines, the grooves. That they're playing
Well, I mean,
from
Club
era.
Trop is the same chords.
Yeah,
it's the same
absolutely.
chords as Good Times. So I wasn't Nile Rodgers
Wham
fan.
Rap effectively was, wasn't it? As
Good
Good
Times,
Times,
The rhythm was.
Because on the first tour. I think you did Wham Rap and then went into Good Times after. I think
quite possibly.
As an encore.
Yeah, we did. We used to play Good Times as part of the set, and probably, as you say, as an encore. I think,
Yeah.
it would have been. I think,
And that was a brilliant band as well, because you had Dion Estes on drums,
Yeah.
sorry, on bass, who's
Yeah,
no longer
yeah.
with us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Trevor Morell on drums, I think, what a
Yeah,
rhythm section that was.
and Tommy Eyre keyboards. Robert Y played rhythm with us as well.
Yeah.
And so it was a
great band.
good sounding band. You know,
Yeah.
they were. I mean, Dion was an exceptional bassist. They were all exceptional musicians, and actually, you know, sounded good. As I heard a recording of Good Times actually, and Yorg always thought we sounded like a show band, but actually we were a bit better than that.
Days of the Shuttlecocks and all that stuff. So, yeah, hey. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, amazing. But this was the bass that I used.
Yeah.
For that
the original,
session.
Yeah, the original.
And for the rehearsals that we did.
Yeah, I bet it still sounds good, doesn't it?
It does actually. I had to.
You've had a few
clean it
since
up
then,
a bit.
haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a rather big collection these days, but yeah, I had to clean it up a bit, and we had to replace a couple of tiny bits, but otherwise it's as the original.
Yeah.
It's so it's
in rather nice condition.
I think it's a late 70s, because when did we do the demo? Was it 81?
It was 81.
81.
Yeah.
So this was probably 79, 80. I think that I picked it up. Yeah, and rather it sit in my loft for another, 40 years. For another 40 years, which I'm so sure I won't be around then.
That
So
might be pushing things a wee bit.
Yeah. I thought it was best that we did something really good with it, and it still,
well, that's really good
It
of you.
still plays.
Yeah.
Hey, recognise that?
I do.
So wrong key though. I will point out. But yeah, so. Get yourselves into the draw. All the details will be below the video or around the video somewhere, or there'll be a link at least. And get on there and see if you can win this. Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, David.